streak. Okay.
Our Protoss player.
All right. Over here at the left side of the map, he was put in to stop the reign of Happy. Can he continue it and make it a streak?
StarTale! StarTale!
Yep.
There he is. And over here at the right side of the map, relatively untested in the GSL, but he's been doing well in other tournaments recently. Can he beat Squirtle?
I am Horo!
That's what genre of movie the caster or the Street Fighter announcer is.
That's right. All right, Squirtle going for a very early scout here after his pylon. And it's, you know, especially on dual site, you want to make sure you know what the Zerg is up to. Scout to see if they're getting an early pool or not, so you know what order of buildings you need to go for if you're with your fast expansion, and also check for a very early pool or something like that.
This is a pretty good map for Zergs to speed lane expand on, but usually you see pool into hatch. That's what we're going to see here.
Oh, there's the pool.
The reason
did he
why
actually see the pool?
I don't think he did, but
I think
he did not.
I think
got to double check.
It looked like he was. Oh, now he sees it anyway. Okay, he went down to block the expansion, then was like, "Wait, there's no drone following me down here."
Yeah, I think he might have had the concern that it was one of those sneaky drone scouts that goes around the side. I mean, not drone scout, but hatchery drones that goes around the side, then goes to avoid the pro block. Speaking of pro blocking, though, we're going to see a pylon. Yeah, absolutely. Every Korean, it's actually a rule. If you're Korean and you're a pro player, there are two things that are going to be true about yourself. All right, you're going to always pylon scout and go to block a hatchery, and I mean, you do this while forward fast expand. You're going to forward fast expand, and with your first pylon, your probe will go, and you will pylon block. Those are true things.
Yep.
The only person who's
if you
not
break the
done
rules,
this,
you get fired from Korea.
No, but if you break the rules, you become OGS Vines. Okay, that's it. Huck actually might, but guess what? He's not Korean.
You know what?
He's in Korea, but he's not Korean.
You know what? A few weeks ago, I would have said that was a bad thing to become OGS Vines, but after his play in the team league, I would say that's not necessarily a horrible thing to have.
No, absolutely not. Gate before cannon, something you can do with the pylon. This is one of the reasons why Koreans have been doing this, because it buys time for your cannon. You can go gate before cannon if you do this. It's something that makes you feel pretty good.
Makes you feel all warm and tingly inside.
Yeah. You can also sneak an extra probe out with that faster pylon.
Do you think Archons feel warm and tingly inside all the time?
You know, I don't know about that.
They look warm and tingly.
I don't know. They look kind of angry and unhappy about everything.
Well, there's that, of course. Zerglings are sneaking around the back here. They want to try and find a hole so they can get into the main, but that is a beautiful little wall there made by Squirtle. Nothing's getting in there.
He can't even go in between the assimilator and the wall. He's trying to find out if he can.
Oh, he can hit the pylon, though.
Yeah, I think with only 2 Zerglings, I don't think 3 can hit it.
The probe's trying to do something about that, trying to bait him into the cannon. But Zealot's going to be out in a second. He's going to have a much better time of killing those Zerglings.
This is actually so funny.
This is really funny. He actually... Okay, it looks for a second like he was going to get the pylon. Not quite.
That was actually really
cute,
cool,
though.
Yeah. I really like that. Most players would not attempt something like that, but he did. We're going to see... Actually, we're going to see a aggression move. It's going to be a Roach aggression by the looks of things. A Roach Warren has been planted. He's continuing to mine that gas. And this is the reason why a lot of Zergs like dual sight. It's so easy to do Roach pressure builds on this map. And a Roach all-in can also work out quite well.
And a Stargate going down for Squirtle. Squirtle, well, actually, I haven't seen his PVZ that much lately, but he used to go for a lot of Stargate play versus Zerg, so I'm not surprised to see him do that.
Yep, he's got a lot of variety in his play. Most Protoss these days have a lot of variety, but Stargate is becoming the trend. 7 Roaches. Zergling speed about to finish. I think we're going to see a round of Speedlings minus. I think this is going to be a Roach Speedling all in. But with the Stargate coming in, if you can get that Void Ray out, he's also made an additional cannon. It's all going to come down to force fields.
He has 1 sentry and only 1 sentry. Warp Gate tech is not quite complete yet. But the Void Ray is being chrono boosted out right now. And I think, oh, that's kind of cool. The Zealot's stuck by the tower. So only, I think, 2 Lings can attack one at a time. He's getting so many kills. That was a lot to sacrifice for that tower. But the thing is now he's not at that tower to see the roaches passing by it. And he's not making extra cannons, which is what he would want if he knew those roaches were coming.
This is weird.
The Void Ray's going to be out in time, though.
This is kind of like an all-in, but he's making a lair back at home and getting another gas.
And the roaches get spotted by the Void Ray. And I think that's going to end this. Nice force field blocks the Zerglings from getting next to the cannons. One cannon's going to go down to the roaches, but I don't think this is going to work, Wolf.
I don't think so, man. There's just too much. Another cannon does get started. He's actually losing a lot of probes, though.
Oh, you can't let that not charge. Oh, he's still charged up. The Void Ray is just slowly picking off all the roaches. He's using force fields and probes to block the Lings. And that's all there is to it. Nice force field again blocking those Zerglings for another moment.
Cannon remains alive, doing so much damage to Cannon at 17 kills.
But the charged up Void Ray is just killing Lings as they approach. And the cannon even survives. Beautifully played, and Squirtle just held that off really nicely.
Yeah, I think, though, there is a transition because he's gotten his gas, he's got Lair. What will he choose? Will he choose Infestor? Because I don't know.
Going in with some more Zerglings here.
This is actually not what I expected to see. I didn't expect to see a second wave of Lings.
That was silly, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what made
there was no reason to do that with the cannons there, and he knew there were sentries.
That was weird.
Hydra Den going up now.
Okay, so this is what his plan's going to be. Probably going to Nidus. He is making 10 drones right now, but that's perhaps to just... Oh, he's getting Roach speed. I thought maybe he would forward Nidus, but he's going to lose his queens.
He did kill a lot of probes when he went for that attack. He killed a lot of probes that were, blocking the Zerglings from getting in.
So maybe in the wrong direction while he's lifting.
That was kind of weird.
That is really weird. He's doing it again.
So anyway, my point is that maybe he figured, okay, well now I can drone up and play an econ game, and if I did enough damage to his economy, but now Horror is losing a lot of his economy here, losing some drones, losing his queens.
He can't do anything now. He's going to lose this game, Moltrap. He has no good production with Hydra's popping out one at a time.
Oh yeah.
Kill them. He's just going to lose.
And I don't think he even has an Evo Chamber, so he can't make spores right now. Actually, he's going to let that Void Ray die. That was silly.
No way for him to get away. He had Phoenix energy, though. I thought he was out,
he could have just lifted that with Phoenixes.
That was weird. Robotic Support Bay is on the way, though. He lost some drones, but most importantly his queens, meaning he's not been injecting. He's missing a lot. He doesn't have any creep going down either, really, right now because of those queens. And I guess he could try to Nidus, but I just do not see that working. More cannons being added here, and he didn't even get any sentries with this Zergling run by. That was pretty useless.
I mean, basically what it comes down to is he went for a huge attack with roaches and lings, and it got stopped with not doing enough damage, and that's all there's to it. So now Horror's like way behind.
His timing was a little bit late with the attack. He was trying to get Lair and some gases with it. Then that extra 20 round of like 20 lings was there too late. It didn't do anything.
That was superfluous, yeah.
And it was just from there he had a plan to do a Nidus, I believe, with Hydralisk, but then he started Roach Speed, and it seems like he's just trying to do a little bit of everything here.
And now he has no response for these Phoenixes.
Yeah, his Hydras are already out on the map, and the Phoenixes saw that, so they're like, well, I guess I'll just shut down your extra production. First Colossus is about to pop out here. He's got 3 cannons, a ton of sentries, and with these Hydras off creep and a choke point, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
actually he's got 4 cannons.
Horror's going to go down so quickly here. Force field wall goes up to block those Hydras for long enough for the Phoenixes to get back, and if he tries to engage with those Hydras, the Colossus, which is about to march down the ramp, actually got glitched on the ramp for a second, but the Colossus and the Phoenixes mean GG for those Hydras, and probably GG for Horror.
Yeah, absolutely. The Phoenix is actually going to continue to shut down production, kill drones. The Hydra's coming in again. +1 finish, though, for Squirtle. More drones going down, and
he's just slaughtering drones with these Phoenixes. He's got nothing to do about this. He's finally finally making an Evo Chamber, but he's not even remaking Queens right now. He doesn't have the money.
And again, more units being trapped by force fields. GG.
GG. Squirtle now is on a streak.
Now he's on a streak, man.
This has been a back and forth match. Bomber winning the first game. And just when we were starting to think about him getting a second all kill, Happy comes back and wins 2 games. And now it's flipped back over and Squirtle's won 2 games.
Yeah.
Taking it to a 3-2 situation in favor of StarTale.
You know what happened?
What happened, Wolf?
On Thursday night, there was a Protoss gathering, all right? And all the Protoss players gathered together in a chat channel or maybe even in a room, and they were like, what are we going to do? And one of the Protoss, and I think it was probably actually Vines, said, you know what? Let's go streaking. This weekend at GSTL, let's go streaking. And some of the Protoss were like, whoa, I don't know, man. We're not used to streaking.
It's true.
We've not done this very often. It's very unusual. So no, let's go streaking.
Dude.
And the Protoss have, so far, they've been streaking, man.
Squirtle, under his uniform, he's not wearing anything.
No, man, he's not. Absolutely not. I'm very sure.
Somewhere Vines is on the streets of Seoul with only a trench coat on right now. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for a Zerg to show its face, and then...
We had 2 Protoss streakers yesterday, man. Then
we had a couple of them, yeah.
Inca even came out. He was like, well, I'm sorry I wasn't at the meeting, so I just have to get the last win. He's like, DTs, I guess.
Yeah. Puzzle had already done it, and he was like, well, I don't want to just look like a follower. I mean, Puzzle and Vines already did all this stuff. I'm just going to look like I'm a copycat. So
well,
he went DTs.
Squirtle was at the meeting, man. He knows what's up. He's going to try to get some more wins, increase his streak.
That's right. Oh, boy. So, yeah, who is I am going to send out next is the question.
That is the question that will be answered very shortly.
It's going to be answered very shortly. I am, part of me wants to say Yonghwa?
Maybe, yeah.
But we haven't seen him very much lately, so I don't know how good he is these days. We're going to find out right now. I don't know. And that is ready. I am ready. Is he ready to face Squirtle, though?
Well,
I guess he is ready.
I hope so, man, because he just got chosen.
Ready's
He's been knowing the whole time.
Ready's a Terran player, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
His style is actually very similar to Happy's. He's like a lesser Happy. He's even like a lesser Yoda. If you actually take Yoda and Happy and take their styles and mesh them into one person, make it and turn the skill level down on the dial a little bit, that's what I've seen out of Reddy so far. Could be his ranking is 101. He was able to play in the GSL a long time ago.
He's a lesser Happy, so he's like content. I
guess you could say that. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll see what map he's chosen and more after this.